it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here. And Mr. Vegas is here.
There.
In New York. We love seeing you in New York.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. Always a pleasure.
You were here for New Year's, right?
Yeah. Myself, Ding Dong, Sirani, some other artists.
How was that? How was celebrating New Year's in New York?
It was a real vibe, man. It was crazy. Of course, the concert was straight action, like Ding Dong and Ding Dong bring all that energy, Sirani, and Vegas. So it was a real good lineup. Wayne Wonder was a real vibe.
We were in St. Martin, or we would have been there.
We definitely would have been
It was
there.
real cool. It was a nice way to ring in the new year. You know, Wayne Wonder is like one of the best singers out of Jamaica. So
Okay.
yeah, man. So he really, held it down.
And you got on your FIU gear. You're not playing around. So
Yeah, it's just because it's kind of, I can't judge the weather here in New York, so I just chose to put on something warmish.
So I saw that you got your degree,
Yeah,
sociology and anthology.
anthropology.
Yeah. What made you choose that as a major?
Because I travel so much, and I'm always coming across different, cultures, and I'm trying to learn more about how the world functions, how people are, how different society, operates. So that's why I chose to major in sociology and anthropology.
That is so interesting.
dope.
Yeah, that's really dope. And during the pandemic, right? Did you get your GED also? Is that
I
how
got
it-
my GED first because I dropped out of high school at an early age. I think when I was like 13, I stopped going to school. When I was 13. So because it's a social media era now. I'm always on the internet talking. So I just wanted to be better able to convey my message and be more intellectual. And I think what I speak about a lot of social issues. So I just had to re-educate myself and learn more about, the things that I like to speak about.
And also having kids, you can't have them knowing more than
Right.
you trying to help them.
Well, that's still going to happen. My kids are way smarter than me.
Yeah,
They're supposed to be, though,
Yeah,
right?
man.
but you got to be able to
Keep
entertain them.
Yes, I.
So at 13, you dropped out of high school. So what did you start doing then at 13?
I started working. I worked at a gas station. I was pumping gas, selling gas. And then I left that and I started doing music. Started going to the studio.
Right.
So I've been going to the studio for I was going to the studio for years until I got the break in 1997.
What a long career that you've had too, by the way.
And I broke in my 20s.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right.
And so during that time, what did your family think for you to drop out of school and then you're just in the studio?
Well, I grew up with my mom, so, my dad died when I was in the first form, which is 7th grade.
Okay.
So my dad passed away then. So it was just my mom. My mom wanted me to be like some, doctor or whatever. But I think music is an inner thing, So she, one time she wrote me a letter and was like, cussing me out. Say, yo, you cruff. You're not going to do anything good. But then it happened and she was like,
She said, take it
Good.
back, rip that letter out.
yeah, man.
But music doesn't seem like something that is so attainable, too, because a lot of people want to, be in the music business, especially at a young age.
Facts.
And so it's something special that has to happen for you to be able to break through. It's not, because it is talent.
Right.
That's the foundation of it, but then it's just more than that. So who were some people that helped you out early on?
Well, of course, Don Youth. I'm a DJ out of Jamaica, was a real good youth. Of course, Stone Love, Weepo from Stone Love. Stone Love is like one of the biggest sound systems in Jamaica. So Weepo actually sent me to music school. Sent me to learn to sing on key and all that stuff, and learn the voice training and all that stuff. So he was real inspirational in my career at an early age when I just started. And then it was like Jeremy Hardin, who did Zim Zimmer with Beanie Man.
Right.
And then it was Danny Brown, who I did Head's Eye. But trust me, it was a real struggle prior to getting those songs, because you have to be like hanging out at the studio. It's not like now where you can just get a beat off the internet and you sing a song. Back in them days, they had the studio gate and you had to friend the security, and the security got to be cool. You got to send you to buy some lunch. You become a little send out.
Right.
And if you're cool with it, you may get inside the studio yard. When you get inside the studio yard now, if a producer is passing and you're like singing a song, he like say, yo, me have a song, Hey man, no. Kill them with it now. He was like,
Hey.
have a vibe. So he may send you into the studio.
And it's also rare for a song to cross over to become an international hit,
Yeah, man.
right? And so for you, what was your first international hit?
Heads High.
It was Heads High.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Because that feels like still so current. Everybody samples it.
Yeah.
Everybody still plays that song. And I'm like, that can't be the first,
What year was that? What year was Heads High?
98.
Tell her what Heads High is about, because we had a conversation about this.
Well, Heads High is like, in Jamaica, it was a taboo. Oral sex is like a taboo.
I told
taboo
you,
subject.
okay.
I did not get that from that song. But okay.
But what Heads High is just more than that. So it's saying not, do not do it to achieve your goals. Like, you
Okay.
don't have to stoop low to achieve whatever you're trying to. You can work hard for what you want. So it's more than just.
So it's a double meaning.
It's more than just being great at giving head.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more than just saying, yo, don't suck a body. It's more than, it's like, yo, hold your head high.
How'd you come up with that concept?
Well, my nieces, my two nieces, they came home one day from school and they were telling me about a girl at school, at Meadowbrook High School, where they caught doing something under the desk
Okay.
with a guy. And I was basically telling them, like hold on your head high,
Right.
What I make that reach, So we just started messing
Wow.
around. So I had the
Wow.
chorus, heads high, kill them with, Yeah, and then when I went to Danny Brown, he gave me the beat. And I went to my cousin Kirk Tyrrell house. And, I started doing the verses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really fascinating. I did not know that
The
whole
backstory,
story.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
man. So it actually came out of a good place.
Yeah.
It wasn't, as I said before, it was not just, don't suck a body song.
Because I think over here, like a lot of times we hear songs and we don't know, like people just sing along. They don't know what it's about.
A lot of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just sing along. And then
Yeah.
Angela's like, you know what that means, right? I'm like, no.
I remember one time a writer from the Billboard, Billboard magazine, I think. She said, "Oh, this a good song, but it's not going to cross over because it's talking about girls must not give head, and they love to do that in America."
She said they love to do that in America.
I was like, all right. Well, this is not just a head song. Yeah.
That's it. That's interesting. There's a lot of songs that crossed over here that people had no idea.
Right.
Now, it's also very competitive, right? What it is, what you do. So do you remember like your first time clashing with other artists too? Because that's something that to this day is part of the culture though.
Well, I used to clash before I got my break. The first time I sang on a sound system, I clashed with like the DJ in the era that was the baddest DJ. It was like he was the best. So my first time holding a microphone, I clashed with an artist, with someone who was really, really good. And the people were like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? I can do this. and then so then years after now, I think 2023, I just had a lyrical showdown with, one of the dancehall giant them.
We not naming names or...
The whole internet know who we're talking about.
Okay. And then how important is it for you to be involved now? Because you've been talking about furthering your education, right? And also having a voice. But politics,
Right.
when it comes to Jamaica and when it comes to international, you're traveling all over the place. How important is it for you to be involved with that? Because some people feel like music is strictly entertainment. Let's just keep it there. But, you've been using your platform in other ways also.
Well, it's difficult to speak politics because I think Jamaicans were so conformed to the parties that are involved in politics, like the JLP and the PNP party. People are just so conformed. Your mom used to support that party, your dad used to support that party, so you become a part of that whole movement. So it's kind of difficult to get to people to let them know what's really, really, what we can do to make our society better.
Right.
Because they will more listen to the politicians than Mr. Vegas.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I feel like, though, even you did a song with Yemi Alade. We had her actually on my podcast, Lip Service. Pretty amazing. And so how did you, in your travels, say, okay, this is somebody, Bright Future is the name of the song that you want to work with. She does Afro pop.
Right.
How did you guys meet up with each other and decide to? Because I was saying that I was telling you before we started this,
Right.
when she did the podcast, people had issues with her talking about sexual things, and she was like, "This is the first time I've ever even spoken like this, and people are going to have such an issue with me back home," and they did, But I think it's important to be able to even discuss that because that's part of the world that we're in today.
I think it's because of the religious aspect of it in a lot of these countries. I remember Conscience just did a song with a guy from one of these African countries, and he did a weed song.
Okay.
And they wanted to prosecute him.
What?
Yeah. So because, remember Nigeria is maybe half Muslim or
Right.
half Christian nation. So they're really religious and steadfast in that vibe. But Yemi Alade, you know, she's real cool. You know, I did the song with a Nigerian producer, Young Alf, and you know, my boy sent it to Yemi Alade. My boy Anka sent it to Yemi Alade, and she loved the song, and she jumped on it.
And you guys filmed the video in Guadeloupe?
Yeah, man. Because we wanted to get the whole African vibes. Because a lot of Africans, you know, it's like an African connection. I didn't realize that we are so, you know, spread out. You know, African descendants. We are so spread out all over the French islands. You know, not just the Caribbean, not just in America here. We're so all over the French islands. And, you know, when you go there, you know, you can feel that, or you can see yourself in the people.
Look at that anthropology degree coming in.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What are some things, right, that's helped you with actually getting your degree and studying at FIU and getting that degree?
I think because I've been traveling the world, and I love to do research. You know, I enjoy doing that. I research religion. You know, I research ancient Kemet, you know, which they call Egypt. You know, I used to just travel and go to like the mosque and different places, and the museum in England, and you know, in the Vatican and those places. When I go to these places and I see the artifacts, I want to know where these artifacts originated from. So then I started learning about these stuff. So I was more intrigued, you know, and it kind of helped me during my studies.
Does it change the music too sometimes? Like just even the topics that you might want to talk about, or the people you want to collaborate with?
I think I try to separate Clifford, which is my right name.
Clifford.
The
You know, you got the
student.
same name as Method Man. I was telling her that, Clifford Smith.
Yeah. I want to get some of his publishing. yeah. So I think Clifford is like that person, and then Mr. Vegas. There's like three different personalities.
Clifford is the intellectual?
Clifford is like the student, or
Okay.
the person that, you know, the sociologist. And Mr. Vegas is like the girls man, broke it down and them thing there.
Right.
Then you have Subi the warrior, who's like the warboat, who's like the antagonist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we see you antagonizing people.
Yeah, the
And
antagonist.
kind of funny too.
So then I'm like Subi the warrior. I'm gonna make like a movie. You know, I'm writing a script for like a movie where this antagonist. How did I become the antagonist? Subi the warrior became, you know, such an antagonist. I become such an antagonist where people are like, yo, I don't like him. I can't take him.
Where did that come from?
I think just years of overcoming the obstacles in dancehall because of the competitive nature and the way people would like to stigmatize your name in dancehall and try to tear you down. And it's like a crab in the barrel mentality. So to survive that, you know, and to be at a place where I don't care anymore, or you can't stop me anymore, because now we're in a digital era where you have a voice. Back then, when I did not have a voice, because you have to be very careful back then what you said.
Right.
You understand? Because people will like boo you off the stage, or people will not play your record. You know, but now you have outlets. You don't need someone to tell you can't put your music on Spotify.
Okay,
Right.
that's fair enough. Yeah, it's true, because the fans do take sides too.
Big time. But then we have fans all over the world. So
Yeah.
all my fans now converge and you know, they stream my music. So if you're there just talking about beef, you know, I can show you that, yeah, but you're not streaming, and I'm still streaming
Right.
heavily.
And we've seen a lot of people make up. And then we've seen people try to intervene with your beefs and try to get you to make up. But, you know, it could be a big thing. I mean, I'm going to mind my business, but I'm just saying.
I only have one beef still. Me and the other artists, I'm cool. But, of course, you know, artists are going to take sides.
Right.
You understand? Because, you know, they don't want to lose their fan base. You see? Because, I mean, like, yo, Angela Yee, I'm taking side with Angela Yee, and then I can benefit from your fan base as well.
Right.
You know, so some artists, you know, will do that. But I'm just like a straight shooter, you know. If you love me, you just love me. If you don't love me, that's it, you know. I survive still. I'm like the Sigma male.
Another song and video, Driver. You know, we like that. And we actually, on my podcast just recently, had a woman on. She actually does dick writing classes.
D-writing.
Yeah, D-writing, sorry. Yeah, so she teaches women how to be better on top.
Right.
Okay? How important is that for you?
Well, a girl sprained my body already. The on top, you know, yeah.
Sprained your body?
My body is a penis.
Oh, got it.
I call it body.
Got it.
She sprained it?
Yeah, like, you know, when a girl turn back way, you know, and come down, so, you know, if you don't have a big long one up in the ear, so, you know, she can miss and, you know, sprain your penis.
Oh, my gosh.
So, you know, the fractured penis, you're in trouble, so you have to be very careful.
So that happened to you?
Yeah,
You had to go
man.
to the doctor?
Yeah, a sprained body.
Oh, my
So what was the cure? How did they treat you? What did they tell you to do?
Scream.
Well, this, different treatment them give still, but not really a medical doctor. Them just tell me some things to do and one bag of something, and I just do it and fix it back.
Fix it back. I want to say there's a porn star, Pinky, and she actually told us a story about how she went up and too high and came down. Yeah, and it's like a kind of a temporarily broken penis.
That can happen.
Yeah.
That can happen, yeah, man, because some girls don't really know for ride,
Yeah.
They don't know for ride bike good.
That's why you got to take classes.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
why.
so it's good that woman is doing the classes.
No, absolutely. And then I'm gonna finish it with this. She said that he had a condom on and the whole thing filled up with blood.
What's that?
Sorry, guys. Yeah. In the scenario with this woman, she said she had a condom on and the whole thing filled up with blood
'Cause
after she went
came
up
down
and
on
came
too
down
hard.
too
Maybe
high.
that person like had a hematoma or something.
Yeah. Ouch.
But that can mess up circulation in the penile though.
Yeah.
Because it's not just your hand alone can fracture your foot, you have other body parts that can fracture as well. So if you have a real, because we are Jamaican, so we eat a lot of, ground provision and them thing there, and we eat a lot of fruits like melon, the watermelon. See that white part of the melon, when you eat that part of the melon, it helps with your erection. So we always have some, firm erection for the girl them.
Is that true?
That's what
Yes.
he's
I've
saying.
never seen that research anywhere.
What? Watermelon?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
either.
Yeah, man. It works, man. It works, man. And we have you have a thing called fig as well. The fig, them things that give you real firm erection. And then you have the roots. You
Where did you
understand?
learn all this? It's
Through
passed
studies
down?
and
You know,
through
he's a
studies
scholar.
and remember that we have to sample the thing them as well. So when we sample I will sample the watermelon and I see how your body react to it. You understand? And then you sample the fig and you realize the fig, make your penis get up, more regular than it normally get up, especially when you're getting older.
Oh, yeah, that is true when you get older because you guys can only go one time as you get older. Sometimes people need 10 minutes. 20
Well, they
minutes.
said women, they want more when they reach our age, and when, like my age now, you girls get craving.
That is true. They say
Yeah.
women hit their peak at a later time than men.
Me
Like,
too.
y'all done already peaked.
Right. If you don't get to menopause, I guess.
Okay, yeah, once we get there. Now, let's talk about the song Baddest.
Right.
Okay, so now Baddest, with that song, I actually really enjoyed that. We were listening to that before you came in here just now. So now, that seems like kind of like it's a parody.
Right.
Type of song.
Right.
I was also reading that a lot of women now, one of the main surgeries that they're doing here is getting a reverse BBL and like getting rid of,
The thing that they put into the body.
yeah, things that they're putting into their body because they're realizing that it can be harmful and some people just don't like the way it looks, the way that their clothes fit anymore. Was that ever a big thing in Jamaica? Because I don't feel like BBLs was ever like a...
Well, a lot of girls doing it now.
They are?
Yeah, but I think they are better doctors now. Girls used to do the little thing that they put inside, I guess. What they call them?
Silicone.
The shots?
Not even the shots, the butt shots or whatever they used to do.
Because I feel
but
like
think-
naturally,
I think girls came forward and they said I would almost kill them. So I think less girls are doing that now. But now they're finding, I think more girls are doing surgery. They're going to the Dominican Republic and elsewhere to, get those, the butt lifts. So sometimes you see them, it's like two mosquito feet and just, them,
Mosquito feet.
yeah, look like a table, like the body big, so just two little stick.
What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's dangerous. But to each their own. If the girls them feel insecure, and I think it's just the world that we live in now. People feel like they have to do these things to be accepted.
Right.
It's like case in point. If you look at the era that Stevie Wonder broke and Ray Charles and those artists that had physical issues or what you call it, blindness or whatever.
Right.
Those artists, we didn't see them, before they got the break, before they broke as artists. So we heard these songs and we're like, yo, Stevie Wonder is the greatest. But look, tell me when was the last time a blind artist broke? It's like people these days are like, they're more interested in how you look.
Yeah.
It's not so much about the talent anymore. It's not so much about the music. I did a song the other day with a kid, Nige Boy. He's blind, but
Okay,
he's
yeah.
like one of the greatest singer in dancehall right now. But I think people are more interested in how people look, these days, Like I couldn't tell when last I see like a
I think for women that's true more than for men. Though.
men, everyone.
You think so? You think people
everyone.
care how men look?
Yeah, man.
Because I've always felt like with men, y'all could get away with a lot more than we could. Like
maybe you
for
can-
women, it's like we got our hair done, makeup done. They tell you got to lose weight, you got to look a certain way.
Right.
I feel like men come out and be like, yeah, I'm ugly, and make it part of the. You
Well,
know.
girls love ugly man, but it's still an attraction.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying. But look, if you look at like physical disabilities, then when was the last time we saw an artist
Right,
with
okay.
any physical disability?
With a
Right.
disability.
Broke. People are more interested now. They're seeing, it's like a turn off for people if they realize that something is wrong with you, that you has no control over.
I can agree with that.
Right.
That is a turn.
So that's the reason why people are, to answer your question, that's the reason why so many girls are doing, them type of surgery. And even men these days doing earplug. Man are
yeah.
putting some
Yes,
earplug
they
in them
are.
ear.
Yeah.
Because of the pressure of the world. People want to look good.
I'm like, yeah, why don't they just shave their head bald already?
Yeah.
Because it do still look a little.
It
Because-
looks good when I feel like a bald head looks good.
No,
Men
bald
are
make it look
also
old.
Wearing
Does
the
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're also doing the waist trainers and everything
Body
too.
shape.
Everything. Everybody's trying to look good for the cam.
That's because everything's HD now, and
Yeah.
we can see things so much more.
Men
Like-
are going on Instagram and using filter. So just check that. Everybody trying to look good.
But you've managed to stay in shape through the years. Have you ever had a time when you didn't like how you look? Like I gotta.
No, man. I embrace I'm getting old. It's like a blessing, because I just know that we're here for a time. You see me, I say? So I just try to live my life, and live my life a positive way.
Right.
Where, if when my number is, when my number call up, I just ready. I just know that I live a good life. Like Whitney Houston say, if tomorrow is judgment day, and
I agree with
Lord
that.
ask me, what did I do in my life?
Now, I was saying this the other day when everything was happening with Versus, right? I feel like because the dancehall one was my favorite one. I thought it was like the most exciting one during the pandemic. I know
Right.
there were live ones, and that
Right.
was the first live one when people were in the room together.
Right.
And I felt like they needed to do more of those. Is that something that you ever been approached about or that you would entertain? And who do you think would be a good opponent?
The only person I could see that could be on the same stage with Mr. Vegas is, he would have to be Sean Paul, but he has more international hits than Mr. Vegas. But it would be a good thing because we have so many dancehall songs. It's just that his dancehall songs are more crossover. But Mr. Vegas, if you go pull up, Heads Eye, Broke It Down, Hot Walk, Gallus, I Am Blessed, all
I
them
Am
songs.
Blessed. I used to
know.
listen to I Am Blessed every morning on my way to work.
But Sean Paul is not into that clashing thing. He's not into
Yeah,
that.
he kind
rivalry
of thought
thing.
about it for a hot second,
Right.
but...
And
yeah,
I guess
okay.
they would want to put Sean Paul with Shaggy, which I don't think is a good match because Shaggy is more like Call Me Angel, is more like pop.
Right. And they're friends
Yeah.
with each other, too.
Yeah, man, real cool. But outside of that, I think the matchup that they had with the two artists that they used, Beenie Man and the other artist, I think that was a good matchup. You see what I'm saying?
You are so shady.
So I think that was good. And actually, I think Versus should give the dancehall artists or the dancehall community more props.
Yeah, because that's really where it stems from.
Right, the whole on the stage thing where Jadakiss and Fat Joe and everyone is doing it now, and Jadakiss almost killed the man on stage. all that is coming from dancehall. That is it.
Yeah, it's
That
like a
is
sound
Ninja
clash.
Man and Shabba Rankin right there. You know what I'm saying? That is our thing. That is dancehall culture, where we go on the stage. That's what I wanted to do at Sting this year, but then the artists ran away from the clash. I
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
bring back that.
Right.
Right.
Are there things you feel like you can't say now, too? Because people are a lot more politically correct. There's songs that, like we said, people are realizing what was being said. And I feel like people are very direct in dancehall. But are there things you feel like, man, I can't even say stuff like that anymore because
A lot
it's
of
offensive?
Stuff. A lot of stuff. But it's good that we have the internet. And even the internet is a problem to say stuff because people can just report your page. Like, I report my page every day. Every time I try to make a post, it's like, oh, this type of language has been reported. And I'm like, what is in this? It's like people just keep reporting my page for no reason. So you have to be careful. You can't say damn. You can't say pussy. You can't say none of those stuff anymore. You
That
can't
might
say,
be understandable.
Damn.
Damn, it shouldn't be.
no, but I mean dancehall though. Like in dancehall,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Patra and ladies are them.
Yeah.
They could say that, and it's authentic. It's just like, yo, raw.
Yeah.
It's a Shabba Rankin, If a girl want him, she be, skin out, pum pum and rare, and girls love them things there.
Yeah.
But now you say them things like you're banned from the radio in Jamaica, you're banned from social media. It's just like there's no outlet to be authentic anymore. So it kind of kill the creativity of the music.
Yeah, but I guess if you're super creative, you could figure out ways around it too.
There's no way around,
No way around
just
it?
trying to be like hardcore.
Right.
It's like, flex, time to have sex. Like sex had to go right there. Flex, time to do the something. What are you talking about?
Time to make out.
Time to do the romance.
You're a comedian.
Do you think that things are better for women now in dancehall? Because I know that from a lot of women who I've spoken to, it's been really tough. Like just even, especially way back in the day. They're doing a whole documentary too right now on Sister Nancy and what it was like for her getting started. And I've spoken to a lot of different women, obviously Spice and Seale, but it's been kind of difficult with women in dancehall. Do you think things are finally getting better?
Ladies are kicked down the gates.
Mm-hmm.
The barriers that blocked women from getting prime time, from getting prime fees. Ladies are was the person that kicked off the whole disparity that was going on in dancehall.
Mm-hmm.
And now females are getting more money than even some of the male artists, and females are closing concerts and getting prime time and getting more songs and more hit songs, and their songs are playing in the dancehall, not just like in the early parts.
Right.
So Lady Saw is the true pioneer of what the women are reaping now. The success that the women are having now. She trust me, she came out real bad. She was not just like, oh, I'm going to work early or I'm going to work in the female section. She was kicking it. She was kicking people down. To this day, she's like the champion. She's like the boss. The boss. I fight so much for her when she went to church. I became like an antagonist to her as well, because I just know that she's so good, and I was just hoping that she would just still do dancehall music, even not to go as raw as she was,
Right. Maybe she could be like how Prince kind of toned it down and didn't do certain songs when he. But what
she's
about
the boss.
Dancehall gospel?
Dancehall gospel is once you add gospel to dancehall, it becomes too complicated, because the church people are like, oh, you said dancehall gospel. No, we don't like dancehall, so you have to use a gospel or dancehall, But it's just music. Like I heard Lady Saw, she has a song, sorry to hurt your feelings, and I did not die. If she had promoted that song, it would be like a smash.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
man. But she's great and she has a lot of hit songs, so maybe she don't need to promote that one day.
Okay, we're not mad at it. Well, listen, is there anything else on your bucket list that you haven't done yet? Because it feels like even now, even though you've been in this business for almost 30 years, how long has it been now?
No, that's too much.
Too much? Almost.
24.
24. Okay,
Yeah.
going,
Almost,
all right.
Yeah, almost. Going
No,
on.
I mean, that's
6 years is a lot of time.
Okay, all right.
He's like, I got a lot of things to make happen.
Yeah.
Got degrees now, graduated from school, maybe going to get your doctorate or master's next.
I'm doing music now. I'm
Vegas.
focused. I'm focused now
Where's
on
Dr.
music.
Vegas?
That's not going to make enough money like what music is making. I just do it for to motivate people, to help. Like if I decide to be like an inspirational speaker on a full-time basis.
And the business is good, right? All the business is handled.
Yeah, man. I buy a lot of land and do a lot of real estate development and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm good there. I try to save my money. Even though I'm down in the stock market now, it's killing me right now.
Yeah, we're all down right now. Which, by the way, they say is a good time to buy. Just
I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna tank out or drop out.
But don't sell at the low. That's one thing we do know. When it drops, we're very
so hopefully
tempted to
if
sell.
it recovers, man, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be coming up in here like, yo, Angela, the Lamborghini downstairs, what I say.
All right, well, I'll pray on that too then. But Mr. Vegas, thank you so much. We do appreciate you for coming through. Like I said, I'm a big fan, so.
Big up yourself, man. Always supporting Mr. Vegas.
All right.
Man. You let the world know that Mr. Vegas is a real bad artist. Break it down.
And I'm not choosing no side. No, I'm playing.
You can choose side.
I'm playing.
You know the thing.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, Mr. Vegas.